global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. Finally, elder statesmen, prominent Igbo sons and daughters are beginning to speak. Very recently, Kenneth Okonkwo spoke about his stand and who he would support. Most definitely, he did not. And he has made his point known that he is definitely going to support a northerner, definitely not a PeterObi and not a southeasterner. Well, Chief Chimamanda, have decided to speak, and Professor Soludo, the governor of Anambra State, have decided to reveal a secret hidden. He couldn't hold it back anymore. He had decided to call on Umonna, all the Igbo kinsmen, to rally around. Here maybe go, and he's saying that kind chekota, let everybody come together and do this now. It is not what we think it is. Let's listen to them both as they unravel, unveil, and reveal what is going on in Southeast and how, in all sincerity, they must come out of this. We'll come back for more. Please watch these videos.
Let us wake up. If I may be going on Igbo. As Igbo people, we often speak of political marginalization. Whenever you're gathered among Igbo people, the next thing you hear is marginalization. They're marginalizing us. We should talk about marginalization. I think any honest assessment of Nigerian history since 1970 must acknowledge the political marginalization that Igbo people have suffered. But it is time to suspend the subject of marginalization until we have cleaned house. We are giving those who want to marginalize us even more reasons to justify that marginalization. We must first clean house. Part of that house cleaning must involve a concerted return to unity. We must unite. We must unite. Unity is not the absence of difference. Unity does not mean that we all agree on everything. Unity means a decision to come together for a greater goal despite our differences. Unity is a beautiful act of sheer will. Unity is an act of intelligence. Unity comes from the ability to think lucidly.
Factual. I've been in office for three years and 3 months, okay? If we have arrested 100 criminals, non-mafia, kidnappers, and so on and so forth, 99.99% of them will mark Igbo. Did you hear me right? Yes. I said 99.99% of them will mark Igbo. So these things are made because that was part of the lie that was put in propaganda. They are into kidnapping because it is the next lucrative business after Yahoo and drug. The next one for find is about kidnapping. Omaka. And this is even other states. If an acquire with all Anambra. Onye nke na village fa ogote motorcycle me adjoin California na abia ka etinye na line. Akwali ya bai mafia mama how to ifa. Iji dey also on the Fulani. I repeat, and I want you to quote me right. 99.99% of all the criminals, kidnappers, and so on that were arrested so far, Igbos are the ones kidnapping Igbos. They are the ones killing Igbos. All these camps. Igbo. And by the way, because I came with the same false narrative. The false narrative, the Fulanis, they are invading our people. They are now everywhere. They are waiting for whistle to be blown. And and they will take over. And therefore, we are the ones who are the liberators. We are now going into the bush to go to chase out the Fulanis. Nobody asked the question. They are now banning mafia to go and liberate you. How do they feed 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 1 year? How do they feed? How do they feed? So that, you see, like I said, I'm one of you, but I decided to go home. Actually, in '99, I was a visiting professor at Swarthmore College. Okay? And I remember the last conversation of the Vanessa Stanford, because from there I moved down here to DC, to the World Bank, where I spent 18 months. I was just leaving and they were having a set-forth party. And I remember the chairman of the department wishing that I could spend maybe a much longer time. My response was, a friend there called me several years to say how my response touched him, a white man. Asked me if God in his infinite wisdom decided in Memoria Africa, there must be a purpose. And I couldn't fulfill that purpose in this land. Here, that my marginal contribution to American civilization is next to 0.something%. But my marginal contribution to the advancement of civilization in Africa will be, you see how your presence elevates the quality of discussion and decisions, and so on. And tomorrow, one of the meetings in that project, when I left Swarthmore to the World Bank, I was a long-term consultant, and we produced a book published by the World Bank in 2000 entitled Can Africa Claim the 21st Century?
All right, welcome back. The narrative we keep hearing is the fact that marginalization of Ndibo. Well, you have heard what Chief Chimamanda has said. We need to unite. Uniting does not mean being united does not mean that you will have to forgo your opinion. If you have to, you do not need to make it antagonistic. Like the way Kenneth Okonkwo is going about it. Then again, he's entitled to his opinion, like a politician that he is. But then also, what Professor Soludo is saying is one truth that most Southeasterners have refused to accept. I refused to accept it when I heard about it, because all we keep hearing is Fulani headsman this, Fulani headsman that. But the question is, all those videos that they keep sharing, all those videos that MNK kept on sharing, all those videos that UGM kept on sharing, ESN kept on sharing, could it have been a fluke? He has said that he has given it a code name. What they do, he said they are going to Anambra town, where they go and hustle. He said, well, apart from doing dirty deals, the next biggest thing for youths now is that job. But I ask the question, when the government of the day are doing policies just to tighten and enrich themselves, what were they thinking will happen to the next generation? That they will starve to death? Or they will fold their arms and just look on? There was something Pastor Chris said so many years ago. He said, you need to look out for the poor now. Because if you don't, if you decide to neglect them, and you send your children abroad, when you come back, it is the poor that your children will meet. Your children coming back from abroad, you will meet the poor already seated and comfortable in the country, taking back their country. And the people they will feast on is those your children you have enriched and took abroad. When the poor have nothing to eat, what will they eat? They will begin to scout for the rich. It's almost taking place. The government of the day needs to start thinking people-oriented policies and no longer business as usual. There is hunger in the land and there is poverty. And the youth are taking their pounds of flesh. And it is not nice because everybody is going to be affected. I think going forward, Professor Soludo has said something very unique. Now, this is coming from a governor, the chief security officer of his state. So he's not mincing words when he knows he has intels, and his intels cannot be lying to him. Let's put in our comment section what's your take. Let's brainstorm. Have a nice time. God bless you.